Hey guys, um, I'm gonna tell you that the ghost stories, that I forgot to tell you on the other video. Oh my god, scary shit. Alright, so, this is like the 100% I remember one. Me and Sabrina, you could catch Sabrina Quo on here, on YouTube. Yeah. Oh my gosh, scary shit happened to us, oh my god. Alright, so, we swear to God that her house is haunted because we hear noises and stuff, like, no one else will be home but us, and we'll be like, did you hear that? And we'll be like, yeah. So, this is like the number one thing that stuck out to me. Oh my god, scary shit. I'm scared. I don't like telling the story. Alright. Oh my gosh, the scary part is that, like, some of it Sabrina does not remember. No matter, like, how much I tell her, she does not remember it. She's like, what? That never happened. I'm like, yes, it did. Like, some of the parts she remembers, like, some of them she doesn't even remember. Alright. No more just blabbing. Going into the story. Alright. So, we made this, like, face mask with, like, a hammer. Because, like, she doesn't have, like, a blender or anything, so we made it. We went upstairs, put it on. We left the hammer downstairs. So, we put it on, we washed it off, we go in her room. We start talking about, like, friends and, like, how, like, we're so insecure about ourselves. And she went to the bathroom, and I started playing Star Maker. Started singing. Like, at the end of the song, she comes out, and she's like, did you hear that? I'm like, no, I was playing Star Maker. And she's like, it was like a boom, boom, boom. Like someone was like knocking. Right, so 2 minutes later, we hear boom, boom, boom. I heard it that time. Well, like we just like stare at each other. We're like, holy shit. So she gets up slowly, quietly, and closes the door and locks it. So she hides like knives in her like teddy bear thing, just in case like anyone gets in the house and she's upstairs alone. Like, so she hides knives in her teddy bear. Like I'm like, get the knives. She's like, okay. We grab the knives, and like I have a scissor and a knife. She has like 2 knives. I'm like, what if someone's in our house? What if someone's in your house? She's like, let me stab them. So like we start making out like this whole plan and stuff, and yeah, we're like flipping out. We're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? So then like we hear like a hammer hitting something downstairs, like the table. Like a hammer hitting the table, like pretty lightly, but it was really clear. I was like, that sounds like the hammer downstairs, like hitting the table. So like, it doesn't really sound like that to me, but whatever. So 2 minutes later, happens again. Boom, boom, boom. And like, we're like staring at each other, like, what the hell is happening here? So we just get like freaked out. I text my mom, like, Mom, come pick us up now. There's either someone in the house or the ghost is acting up on us again. So, the ghost, well, like, we think that there's someone in the house. Mom's like, okay, we're coming to get you real quick. Yeah. Alright, so we write down notes, right? To our parents, because, like, because we feel like there's actually someone in the house. Like, we swear to God, there's someone in the house. She left her coat downstairs, right? So we got on like our shoes. We're like, when mom texts us that she's downstairs, we run for the house. Alright, so we got on our coats and stuff, and she's like, oh my god, I left my coat downstairs. I'm like, you have like 20 of them, like right there. She's like, oh yeah. So we got on our stuff, and Mom's our stuff. She's like, we're downstairs. So I'm like, okay. She's like, we open up the door, we're like, 1, 2, 3. We run down the stairs, and we don't see anyone, right? We run outside, and Mom's like, where's your stuff? We're like, oh, just in case if there was someone downstairs. And then, like, you don't want to be, like, carrying a bunch of crap with you. That's just gonna, like, slow you down. So like we just like walked in the house really slowly, and no one was there, but her coat was missing. The hammer was in a different spot, and the coat was missing. So we swear to God that it was the ghost, and we were flipping out. We're like, oh my gosh, that was so scary. Sabrina told me that her stuff has been missing, and like a month or two later, it would like come back again. Like she'll be like walking past something, she'll see it, she'll come back, it's gone. 2 months later, she'll walk past it, and she'll look at it, she'll be, like in like the same exact spot. She'll be like, that wasn't there like 2 months ago. So she asked her mom. She's like, oh, did you put this back here? She's like, no. She's like, I'm too busy to do that. So yeah. And then another story that happened just to Sabrina, and she's a straight A student, would never lie, never, ever, ever. Right. I was like in the other room, like I heard like a bang. Alright, so she was washing her face. I was in the other room. It's late at night. Whatever. We're just like, whatever. We're gonna go to bed soon. So I'm in my PJs. I'm just like sitting there, and I hear a boom. Right. I walk in the bathroom. Like, Sabrina, are you okay? And like she's like breathing heavy, like something just went wrong. Like, Sabrina, are you okay? She's like, I just had my sliding door open, and it just slammed shut right in front of me. And I was like, okay, I suggest that you put that down and we go in your room and fall asleep before something even creepier happens. Because I'd rather like something creepy happen and I'm asleep and I don't know about it. So yeah. So we go to bed, and yeah. Oh yeah, and like about the other story, I would remind Sabrina. I was like, Sabrina, do you remember this? She's like, no. And she's like, oh yeah, now I remember. But then I don't remember writing the notes. I'm like, we wrote notes for turns just in case. And like I pulled out the notes and I showed it to her. She's like, I wrote that? Like, I don't know. I know I feel like she was possessed or something like that one part. I don't know. She did not remember at all. Alright. And then now I'm gonna talk about my friend's mom. Alright, this one's William's mom, right? So she was home with her sister, and like there was like a woman that died there, and like they knew her, and they're like, okay, whatever. They were never really scared of her. They knew that she was a good person. So so they say, it's okay, your house is in good hands, we're fine, you go up to heaven, go to the light, it's okay. So then, her mom still lives there, right? The woman at, Chris's sister and her son went there. He's like a baby. He went downstairs and patting his back, making him like spit up and stuff, so like making him burp and stuff. Alright. So she takes him down, holding him, and like he just like stares in like a spot, and like his eyes just like keep going like back and forth, like there's like something there. She turns around, there's nothing there, and he's still doing it. Like his head is like turned and like, he's still staring. And she goes upstairs and she says to Chris, she's back. And like Chris's eyes are like wide and she's like, oh my gosh, is she who I think she is? And she's like, yeah. Alright, and another thing that happened to William, he's doing an all-nighter with his cousin, and his grandpa died. I loved his grandpa. He was so sweet. Alright, so it was like 2:59 and his sister his cousin ran to the bathroom and locked herself in there. Didn't want anything scary to happen. So like, okay, whatever. It was about 3:54 when she got out of the bathroom, and she looked in her grandmother's room. She's sleeping. She swears to God that she sees her grandfather right there, just like staring at her, sleep right next to her, like his eyes were open for a second, like just like slowly closed them and like looked at her, just like, and then he like, just like closed his eyes and went to bed, and she was like, but then like for a second she was scared. He was like, "Who's my grandpa?" So just checking over us. So, and then she told William. And then there was another time when William was doing an all-nighter in the house, and it was about 3 o'clock, like two minutes like after. And she was like his eyes just like widen, and like he feels like a hand would go down like right on his shoulder as like he's watching TV, and he's like, oh my god, and he's pretty scared because, you know, like if like there's someone's in the house, he turns around, there's no one there, and there's like still like weight on his shoulder, and like there's actually pressing down. Alright, and then another time, I totally tell you about Maggie's mom. She's in bed one night, and like she like feels like there's a dark presence. It's very dark presence, and like there's like something like suffocating her, like pushing her down, like I want you to die or something. But then she slowly just like says a prayer. Like I'm not sure which prayer it was. I'm Catholic. I don't blame me. My dad's not paying for my religious school. No, I'm just kidding. He is. But no. I don't know why I'm not going to religious school at the moment. I forgot. But like there are families who are very, very religious. So like I don't like no crap. Well, I wouldn't call it crap. Okay. God, I love you. I'm sorry. I said that was crap. Okay. Alright. So amen. So she's like, she says like a prayer, and they're saying like right after she finishes the prayer, like she like the weight lifts right off. She's like, but like her like back was actually like sinking in to like the what's it called, into her mattress. And then another time was her another time was she was with, no, she was sleeping in her bed alone, no one was there, and her cat would always like go on her bed, and yeah, and not really, yeah. So she looks up because like she like feels like somebody like sitting down and like just like patting her leg, and like she's like looks up and like there's nothing there, but like she see like the indent, like there's like someone actually sitting there patting her leg. So yeah, it's all the scary experiences that I forgot to tell you. Hopefully I didn't miss any, or I'm gonna have to make another video. Woo, fun. Alright guys, love ya. Bye.